My sister Amber has always been the type to curate her life. If you looked at her Instagram, she was a self-made wellness guru. But if you looked at our family group chat, she was just a professional mooch. When our great aunt May passed away, she left behind a gorgeous 3-story brownstone in Brooklyn. It was worth like $4 million. May had always told me the house would be mine because I was the one who actually stayed by her side during those long years in hospice. I was the one holding her hand while Amber was busy finding herself in Bali. But the day after the funeral, Amber showed up with a smirk that practically screamed betrayal. She dropped a legal envelope onto my coffee table. May changed her mind, she said, popping her gum. She left the house to me. I'm turning it into an influencer oasis. Sorry, sis. I was crushed. I knew May would never do that. But somehow, Amber had found a signed amendment. My parents were too heartbroken to fight it, so I just let it go. I moved into a tiny, cramped studio apartment and started working double shifts at the hospital just to make ends meet. 6 months later, I was scrolling through TikTok, and guess who I saw? Amber. She was crying. No sobbing. Standing in front of the brownstone. Turns out, in her rush to manifest abundance, she'd ignored a few tiny details, like property taxes, and the massive crumbling foundation May had warned us about for years. The city condemned the building. Amber had spent every penny of her savings on gold-plated faucets and velvet curtains, but she couldn't afford a single structural beam. She called me begging for a loan. "I'm your sister," she wailed. "You owe me." I took a long, slow sip of my coffee and said, "I thought you were a self-made guru, Amber. Go manifest a hammer." I blocked her number that night. Last I heard, she's living in a van, trying to sell healing crystals to tourists at a rest stop. Me? I just got a promotion. And the best part? That amendment she used turned out to be completely fake. The state is now investigating her for fraud. And the brownstone? It's coming back to me. Because karma doesn't just bite. Sometimes it evicts.